Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody tuning in today. Supatease here with a Battle for Azeroth Balanced Druid guide. It's been a while since I've been here making some guides. I wanted to see how the expansion fleshed out before I put anything out there, just in case some changes came through and kind of messed with any of the information I was putting out. But now that it seems like the game is in a solidified position towards the end of the season, wanted to make a quick little guide here, and I'm going to be making a bunch of them, so if you're interested, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button. But in this specific matchup, I'm playing with Holy Priest and an Arcane Mage, which is a bit of a peculiar comp. I would not necessarily suggest it, but the information I think that we're going to pull from this is still completely valid for a lot of different compositions. So we're facing Feral Druid, Survival Hunter, Discipline Priest. Top-notch ladder composition. You're going to see it a lot, so it's very important to know how to deal with it. So anytime my priest is in crowd control, this is a stun from the Feral Druid and a freezing trap from the Hunter, I want to focus on defense. So if I'm being attacked, that means being in bear form and asking for assistance from my partner, being the mage in this situation, so he can polymorph the Hunter and save me. If I'm not the target, then I want to be using Cyclones to support my other partner, the mage, as well. The opposite is true. So at the start of the game, I'm playing in bear form. I'm waiting for them to initiate, trying to feel out who they're going to be going after. As soon as now I realize, okay, they're focusing on the mage, what do I need to do? Incarnation was used by their druid, their damage is very high, so I'll use a stun to peel him away on that and try and counter pressure him. As soon as that stun was trinketed, realizing Incarnation is threatening, I opt to Cyclone the Feral Druid and continue casting them for 3 in a row. You want to make sure you take as much of that Incarnation time away from a Feral Druid, and during that moment my mage kited and avoided damage, and effectively this Incarnation didn't do too much. So quick reaction times to cooldowns and peel on and support for your team is heavily important. Then towards the end of the chain, I switch the Cyclones to the other partner, the Hunter, to try and stall it out while still keeping pressure. You can see my mage kited the Feral Druid out of line of sight of the Priest. He's playing on the downstairs left side while the Priest is on the upstairs. What that will do is either force the Feral Druid to run away so that he can be healed by his partner, or the Priest will have to run into the open. And if the Priest runs out into the open, I can crowd control him and we can look to execute for a kill. In this position, they decided to pull back and play defensive, which was a wise move. And it's my goal as the person not being focused to try to find crowd control opportunities on the healer while still being in range to support my partner. So I'm playing this like middle ground between their priest and my mage. At this point, we are threatened. My healer is in a freezing trap. I need to start casting Cyclones, and I immediately cast multiple as their priest can remove it with Mass Dispel. And my main focus is to just stall this scary moment out. Whenever your healer is crowd controlled, it's going to be a scary moment. So I'm just stalling it out, clone the Feral Druid, clone the Hunter. Now it's okay, we're breathing, there's no more crowd control, it's time to attack. And guess what? We did a whole bunch of damage, and that can be the advantage of playing with 2 ranged DPS with a Balanced Druid and an Arcane Mage. You deal devastating pressure most of the time in the game. I enjoyed playing this composition, although I wouldn't rate it as necessarily the strongest Balanced Druid composition currently available, but it was a lot of fun to just goof around with. So if you have some friends as a Holy Priest or an Arcane Mage, I would maybe suggest to change the specializations to Discipline Priest and Frost Mage. Still plays in a similar fashion, but just a bit stronger composition with the way Holy Priests are situated right now in the meta. Either way, I hope that this guide was of some help to you. Thank you for tuning into this video, and I'll see you next time.